Okay, so let's have a look at how to create your own challenging water pouring puzzle. So the idea is you've got two jugs, you know the volume of each one, but then they don't have any markings on them, so it's hard to measure out certain volumes of water. So you've got to come up with a clever way of doing this using mathematical reasoning. So for this example, I've just chosen 9 litres and 5 litres. You can pick whatever values you like for the volume of each one. And now I need to think, what's our target volume going to be that we need to measure out using these jugs? So I want my problem to be especially challenging. So for example, if I chose 4 litres, that wouldn't be good enough because you can just do that in a few steps. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to basically go through all the different possible steps you can take, sort of pouring from this jug into this one, emptying them out, filling them up, and then we'll see which volumes are especially hard, they take the most steps to reach. So just before we get started, let's think what are the possible sort of steps we can take when we're trying to measure out different volumes. So you could fill up the 9 litre jug, and you could fill up the 5 litre jug. You could empty the 9 litre jug, and you could also empty the 5 litre jug. And then finally, you could pour from the 9 litre into the 5 litre jug. So bear in mind that, for example, if this is full, you couldn't just pour 2 litres and stop. You would have to pour basically until the 5 litre jug is full. And similarly, you can pour from the 5 litre jug into the 9 litre jug. So you've got 6 different moves you can take basically at each step. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to denote it like this. So 0, 0, so this is how much is in the 9 litre jug, and then your second one is how much is in the 5 litre jug. And then all we need to do is think, what can we do next? Well, you could fill up the 9 litre jug, which gives you 9, 0, or you could fill up the 5 litre jug, which gives you 0, 5. And those are the only two steps you can take from the beginning. And then what you can do next is we can think, okay, we've got 6 options. You could try and fill this one up. So if I just write a dash over it to show you could fill this up, but that doesn't do anything because it's already full. You could fill this one up. This would give you 9 and 5. So this is a new configuration, so we throw that in. You could pour this one out. You could empty this. You get back to 0, 0, so I'm not going to include that because we've already got that. You could pour this into the 5 litre jug, which would then give you 4 and 5. So this is a new configuration. That's great. And then you can't really empty out the 0 because there's nothing there to empty. So that's kind of covered all the 6 possible combinations. And then you could think here, you could fill up your 9 litre jug, but we've already done 9, 5, so there's no point in that. You can't fill this one up because it's already full. There's no point emptying out the 0 litres. And then here, you could pour from the 5 litres. If you empty this out, you get back to 0, 0, which we've already done. Or you could pour into the 9 litre jug, which does give us a new configuration of 5 and 0. So we're going through, and what I'm doing is I'm doing each of the different branches in tandem. So you'll find this is the best way to do this to work out. Because, for example, if you were to follow one branch, it might take you a long time before you can measure 1 litre following this branch, but maybe that's the next step following one of the other branches. So we're following a kind of breadth-first search sort of approach rather than depth-first search, if you know what those are. So this just makes sure that if we find, say we're going to, maybe you go with 2 litres as your target amount, you want to make sure that that's really hard, whatever direction you go in. You want it to take a lot of steps. So we'll start to speed things up a bit here. From the 9 and 5, there's no point filling these up. You could empty this out. You would get back to 0, 5. You can't really pour this into the 5 litre because that one's already full. And then from here, you could empty this out. You get back to 9, 0, or you could pour into the 9, but you can't really do that. So actually, we've reached a dead end with this approach. There's no new configurations you can get to. And then here from the 4 and 5, what can you do? Well, you can pour from the 9 litre into the 5 litre jug. But then this is already full, so that's no good. You could pour from the 5 litre into the 9 litre jug. Again, that's no use. You could empty out the 9 litre jug. This will give you 0, 5, but we've already done that. Or you could empty out the 5 litre jug, and this would give you 4, 0, which is a new configuration. And then here, what can we do? Well, we could fill this one up. This would give us 5, 5, which is again a new configuration. So I won't go over all the 6 combinations for each one now, just to speed things up. Basically, you get 4, 0 and 5, 5 as your next one. And then your next step, again, there's only one option you get each time. You get 0, 4 on the top and 9, 1 on the second branch. And then next you'll get 9-4 versus 0-4. Versus 0-1. And then next, you can pour from the 9 litre jug into the 5 litre jug, you get 8-5. Then here you pour from the 5 litre into the 9 litre jug, so you get 1-0. And then next, you can empty out your 5 litre jug here to get 8-0. And here, what you can do is you can fill up the 5 litre jug to get 1-5. So these are both new configurations. And you may have even spotted at this point, there's a nice sort of pattern that if you look at how much is in the 9 litre jug on each of these branches, these always sum to 9, and these two always sum to 5 for how much is in the 5 litre jug at each step along these branches. So this is really cool, and there's quite a nice way of sort of interpreting this, because if you imagine at this stage you've got 9 litres of water in one jug and 4 litres of water in the 5 litre jug. This is the same as saying that you've got 0 litres of air in the 9 litre jug and you've got 1 litre of air left over in the 5 litre jug. Then the next step, where you pour 1 litre of water from the 9 litre into the 5 litre, this is the same as pouring 1 litre of air from the 5 litre jug into the 9 litre jug. So you move 1 litre of water from one to the other. That's the same as in the opposite direction. Now the other one has 1 litre more of air in it. So there's this nice kind of duality here. And you can use this to sort of check your working, that for each of these different pairs, your 9 litre amount should sum to 9 and your 5 litre amount should sum to 5. Then let me just fill in some of the remaining ones. And you can sort of start to see, okay, maybe 8 is quite a challenging one to get to. We still haven't found every number. We've not found 2, we've not found 7 yet. Let's see what else we can do. Get 3, 0 and 6, 5. You can get 0, 3 and 9, 2. Which gives you 0, 2 here. And here you have 9, 3. And then what else is left? We've reached 2, and then 7 is our only number that we haven't got yet. So it turns out that 7 should be our most difficult volume to measure out, just in terms of the number of steps from starting with them both empty. So 7 litres is our most challenging one to find. And from this point, you can empty out your 5 litre jug, you get 7-0. Here you fill up your 5 litre jug, you get 2-5. And then what's quite interesting at the end here is this 7-0 configuration. You could fill this up, get 9-0, that's no good. You could fill this up, get 7-5, you've already done that. You could empty this, get 0-0. Can't empty this one, you can't pour from here into here. But when you pour from the 9 litre jug into the 5 litre jug, you get to this one, the 2-5. So at this point, you kind of run into a dead end. And it's the same here. You could pour from the 5 litre jug into the 9 litre jug, but once again you would be at 7-0. So we reach a kind of dead end, and this is where our two branches actually kind of meet up. If you wanted step by step, you can now go from here all the way back, all the way along back to 0-0. Okay, so we've managed to show there that starting with 9 litres and 5 litre jugs, 7 litres is going to be the most difficult in terms of the number of steps, volume to measure out. So just to finish off, here's a nice way of representing what's going on in this puzzle. So I've set it up so that your x-coordinate is the volume of water in the big jug, and your y-coordinate is the volume of water in the small jug. So you start off, both of your jugs are empty. Then you can start to see geometrically what's going on at each step. So we move over to the right, this corresponds to filling up the 9 litre jug. Then we're just going to follow each step until we get to 7 litres, in this example that we've gone through earlier. So to pour from the big jug into the small jug, essentially you're moving diagonally until you can pour no more, so you get 4 and 5 in each jug. And then we move down, this corresponds to emptying out the small jug, and then once again we pour from the big jug into the small jug, so you end up with 0 and 4. So again we're moving in this diagonal direction. And then we fill up the big jug, once again we get 9, 4. We pour from the big jug into the small jug until we can pour no more, so we have 8, 5, and then we empty the small jug, pour from the big jug into the small jug, move diagonally again, empty the small jug again, and then we pour from the big jug into the small jug, fill up the big jug now, and then finally we just need to pour from the big jug into the small jug until we can pour no more, and there we've got 7 litres measured out in our 9 litre jug, and there's 5 litres left over in the smaller jug. So when you're working on a water pouring puzzle like this one with 2 jugs, can always draw a diagram like this to help you keep track of your steps. You're basically allowed to move up, down, left and right. This sort of corresponds to filling and emptying either of the jugs. Then you can also move along a diagonal, sort of going northwest to pour from the 9 litre into the 5 litre jug here. Or you could also move in this sort of southeast direction, pouring from the 5 litre into the 9 litre jug. And all of these moves are allowed so long as you stop once you hit this sort of rectangle here. So this is kind of where you either fill the jug or there's no more water left to pour. So this is a very satisfying way of seeing, geometrically, what all your different possible configurations are. They're just points on this rectangle. And if you count them up, you'll see that there's 28 different points, and then if you go back, you'll see that we did actually find 28 different configurations earlier on in the video. So we have found all the different possible amounts that you can measure. It turns out that 7 litres is the most difficult one to measure in terms of the number of steps. So that's why we've chosen this for this question. And then the fact that you can actually achieve all of these 28 configurations, this is essentially because 5 and 9 are co-prime. They don't have any common factors other than 1. I'll leave you to have a think about that.